I'm a failure. I'm a proud failure. The reason I'm proud of my failures is because it shows evidence of me trying. To be able to go for what you want, a lot of us, we don't even make an attempt to try because of our fear of failure. Failure is but a lesson in the grand scheme of things. Failure is your biggest teacher. Yo, how y'all boys feeling? How y'all doing? How y'all coming? Just breathe back in the chat. Today I got a little video about failure for y'all, you feel me? Failure is a great thing. It's your biggest teacher. Without further ado, we about to get right into it. So a lot of us fear failure, and that may have been instilled in us while we was younger. You know, the school system really did a hard job pounding the knowledge of failing equals bad. If you get an F, that's bad. You can't go to the next grade. But before you have success, you have to have failure. Success only comes after a road of failures. To reach success, you got to go down a long road of failures. It takes a lot of failure to achieve something, especially if you're new. Success is paved by the road of failures. To get to the success road, you got to take a long journey through Failure Avenue. Think of this. You're in your car and you're on a road called Failure Avenue. It's a long road and it's steep. This road intersects with Success Street. While you're working hard, you're driving up that road. But once you stop, it's basically taking the keys out the ignition. And you may be able to keep your foot on the brakes for a little while. But after some time passes, your foot eases off the brake. And your car slowly starts descending down the hill. And that's you losing progress in whatever success you were striving for. The great successes that you see or hear about, you never see or hear the stories of the many failures that happened before it. You only go to look at that success street. You think iPhones was made on the first try? Computers, light bulbs, electricity? No, none of this stuff was made on the first try. It was followed by a path of failures. Anything desirable does not have a 100% outcome. Years of dedication and sacrifice on pinpoint goals is what you need to truly understand the value of failure. When you're doing these goals, trying to better yourself, don't go broad. Don't try to complete every task in the world. Pick something pinpoint that you want to do, and instead of trying to do 110% effort, give 100% consistency. For example, if you were trying to start your fitness journey, instead of going to the gym and trying to kill your body, max out on everything, take your time, most definitely challenge yourself, but don't kill yourself to the point that you don't want to go again, or that you put it off, or don't make it seem like it's a challenging task that you have to mentally and physically prepare yourself for. Consistency compounds. Remember, slow motion is better than no motion. In that example I gave earlier about the car, if you stayed going a slow pace, you would have still been moving towards the success street. But since you stopped, took the keys out the ignition, instead of having no motion, you actually regressed. In our head, we have two voices. One voice tells us that we have to do something. The second voice is telling us that doing something is hard, it's challenging. Both of these voices will lead you astray. They'll send you off. The voices in your head are the biggest send-offs when you're not in a good mental space. Consistent small change will equal big change with time. These voices and these thoughts are not you. You're just the awareness observing them. Think of your thoughts more like a flock of birds. If you've been on this path of non-productivity and just in a place that you don't want to be in, that flock will be flying in that direction. Your thoughts will be in alignment with that direction. So if you're always taking the easy route, if you're fearing failure, then your thoughts will be going in that direction of the birds. Once you start changing your mindset up, and once you start having these go get it type of thoughts, the flock of birds going this way, some birds may go astray. They'll go astray to the mindset that you want to have. And then once you consistently start having that mindset and actually acting on the mindset that you're having, those flock of birds that are going here, they'll start to predominate the bad ones, the bad mindset. And you know the saying, birds of a feather flock together. So the birds that started going in the positive direction, that started predominating the flock, the rest will come and follow. And then your whole entire mindset will change. You won't have these thoughts to where you think that you can't do it. These thoughts that have a fear of failing. This new positive flock, this is the new voice that you're creating in your head. With that mindset, if you pair it with effort, then you'll most certainly win. Having the courage, having the mindset, and having dedication will get you far in life. Also, going into it thinking that everyone else is a non-factor. This is your story. You're the main character. You know what you know, and no one can hear what you're hearing. And once you go away from that, and that's where we lose. Once we get to listen to everyone else around us, we start to skew from our own journey and start to mold into theirs. Everybody has their own path in life, and you know best what you want yours to be. You alone are going to deal with the consequences of you not achieving, of you not doing what you want to do. You are your biggest advocate. They're going to think you're crazy and try to set their own limitations on you, saying that you work too much, saying that you don't have any fun in your life. But you cannot let that deter you from what you got to get, from what you want. The same people who laugh at you for failing are the ones who haven't even given it a shot. And failure does suck. Failure is painful. Failure is draining. But it's the truth. It's the evidence of your inexperience. So you have to create that other voice, and sometimes you may have to go at it alone. Get used to going at it alone. You're your biggest supporter, and you're going to score for yourself no matter what. But there's one more thing that we tend to not realize, that failure is actually a privilege. You may ask, why is failure a privilege? Like, failing isn't cool. We have time, money, and experience that are cushions to failure. Most of us have more privilege than we actually realize. We literally walk around with access to infinite information right in our pocket. If you want to learn something, a quick YouTube search will give you hundreds of videos telling you how to do something. But instead, we choose to put our time towards scrolling on TikTok or viewing somebody's Instagram story. But that social media video gonna be another day. Now is the best time to fail, especially for you younger folks. If you live at your parents' crib, if you don't got too much responsibilities, if you don't have a kid, you can fail. While you're young, failing is the best choice. Let me not put it like that. You're young, going for what you want, even if that may mean failure, is the best choice. Failure is not the end. Failure does not define you. The greatest successes come from having the freedom to fail. But a lot of us, we don't have that privilege to fail. Failure is not a lesson, it's a luxury. For some of us, failure is not free. Some of us, we can't just go and quit our job or invest all our money into something or invest all our time into something. We may have responsibilities, people to take care of, children to take care of, having to maintain our shelter and our food that we eat. Failure is no lesson to us. But there's one thing that I need to say. You can fail at what you don't want to do. So why not try? Try even if failure does mean the end, which in most cases, it isn't the end. It's been times in a lot of people's lives where they thought it was the end, but we still made it out. Having the audacity or the balls to try it out, even if it may mean the end, is the true privilege. Audacity is the greatest mindset you can have. Go all in on your dreams, or at least go somewhat in. You don't gotta jump straight in off the diving board into 10 feet. You could walk your way into the 3 feet, you feel me? Dibble dabble into a little bit of what you wanna do, into what you dream of. Do some research. So once you have that time, once you have that opportunity, you could go in it knowledgeable on the subject. And even if you do fail, now you know that you at least did your best. Trying puts you in front of everybody else who didn't. I love people who waste their time, waste their days scrolling on social media, watching movies, watching TV. Because I know that in the time that they're doing that, I'm doing what I gotta do. I'm paving the way for my future. I'm striving for my dreams, while others are letting their dreams pass by. Even if failure does truly mean the end, there's one more thing that is bigger, that looms over failure, and that is regret. Regretting what you could have done. Regretting your inability to try. Not starting at all. The failure to start is a failure in and of itself. On your deathbed, you won't think of your failures. You'll think that you didn't even try. You can always recover from failure, but you can never recover from regret. Surrender and the inability of reflection is the only true failure. Just breathe out. Y'all boys stay smooth.